Hi, welcome back. On my previous video, I spoke about the link tracking basics and using ClickMagick, you can pretty much attain most of the needs that you need to do in tracking your stats for your particular affiliate links or products that you are promoting. So in this particular example, I'm just showing you how or what are the different ways that you can track using ClickMagick. And this is not unique to ClickMagick. This is just the system that I'm using, and I feel like it is also very easy to use for beginners. And it's something that is universal. So you can apply this in any link. It will try to cloak it and present it in your own domain, so to speak. So in order to start with this, you need to understand the basics of what tracking is. So I'm not gonna go through each one of those because as I've said before, ClickMagick has a very extensive tutorial guide, like what you can see here. It's a very easy to follow, step by step guide on how to start using ClickMagick. But what I'm here to discuss today is about the two most common ways to use ClickMagick, and that is through tracking pixels and postback URLs. Now, if you don't know what tracking pixel is, I suggest that you read up on the subject on different channels, or you can also go to the FAQ section of ClickMagick, which you can see here. It's very extensive and very much specific to what you need, particularly for tracking pixels and postback URLs. So there are two ways to track links through your affiliate links. So number one is through your tracking pixel, which means that it got its name because it's a graphic element. So when you are doing some sort of image or graphing in HTML, there is an element for images and what is called an image, and you can put a any image in there, and you can determine the size by giving the height and the width of that particular image. In this case, why it's called a pixel, it derived its name from the pixel is the smallest element in your screen. So this particular element is the smallest element that you can draw on a screen. Now, why you need to do that is because this is one of the technologies that was invented to track particular aspects, or if you want to get a stat on a particular page, you can basically put this element in there, and that element will execute will be a script on the back end that will execute once the page is loaded. So this is, as I've said, this is a visible, or this is a display element that is ironically is not visible to the actual page itself, but it is still rendered. So when it is loaded, the pixel will, what we call a term, firing it, meaning it is displayed and the subsequent scripts will run in the backend. And that's when you will start collecting stats. This is not new. This is not unique, definitely, to tracking to ClickMagick. There are different technologies using it, and one of the most popular platforms that's been employing it right now is Facebook. And if advertising in Facebook, you are basically asked to create what you call a Facebook pixel, right? So this is very much the same technology as that. So a pixel is just a universal way to track using a display element in HTML. So in this case, ClickMagick is using that particular technology as well. So if you want to know more about that, you can go here in their FAQ page and click this, or if not, you can go ahead with afterwards. You can go ahead to step number 2 and use Pixel Builder to generate the pixel you need. So that sounded like a very long-winded explanation, but what really is so simple that it's like using your cell phone. You don't really need to know what's going on the background, how your voice gets transmitted to the cell tower to the exchange, and the exchange to the other links on the back end. You don't need to know all of that. All you need to do is press a button and speed dial and talk to your friend. But in this case, a tracking pixel is also created in the same way. So all you need to do is go to their what they call a tracking pixel builder. This is very intuitive, easy to use. As you can see, there are only 5 radio buttons that you can play with, and there's basically all these fields and elements. And to top it all off, these are all the default setting. You don't even need to change this. All you need to do is go to your link once you've selected all these options. I'm not gonna go through each one of these, but there is a very extensive help way to do this particular link when you build your pixel. So what it does is that it tries to build that element, like what I told you. It's an image element, basically. That's what a tracking pixel is. It builds this element, and what you do with this element is you copy and paste it on your page. Normally, it is being if you say here, it says here, if you have your own site, the ability to add ClickMagick tracking pixel to the thank you page of whatever you're promoting, you want to use tracking pixels to track conversions. So in this case, you are suggested to put it on the thank you page where there's a specific section that you can put it in. It's normally in the header section. Sorry, on the body section. Why the body? Because that is where the display elements are being rendered once a page loads. So that's a little bit more techie talk for HTML. But basically, just there are if you're using popular page builders like ClickFunnels, like Lead Pages, you have Insta Builder, you have Thrive Themes, or just in your WordPress site. The best place to put it is on the body page. So you can look up your particular page builder's documentation on how to add a pixel on the body of the page. Okay, so you just need to copy this element. It already highlights it to you. You just press Control-C and then paste it on the particular page where you want it to be. In my case, I'm using ClickFunnels, and where I put it is in the body of the thank you page where I wanted to put it. So there's a easy step-by-step guide, and this is just a very high-level overview what the tracking pixel is. And in the next video, I'll try to explain what the postback URL is and how you can use it as an alternative to a tracking pixel. So there are pros and cons into these two methods, but I think the most popular one is a tracking pixel because also it's the easiest way to implement. It depends really on your preference. Really, there's no best way to do it. Really, both works equally fine. And the important thing is that you will be able to track your conversions properly once you've installed your pixel or your postback URL nicely on your page. So it will look something like this. Now, all your stats, I've explained this in the previous video, and basically what these other stats are specific to your the dollar amount or the sales value of what you are basically getting. In this case, there is no direct sales amount that I inputted because I don't have direct access to that affiliate page that I'm promoting. And in that case, a tracking pixel is best suited. I'll tell you why in the next few videos. And also, it's going to show you how you will install your tracking pixel. So once you've installed it, you will have a stat something like this. And why is it important? Is because when you drill down on this is what I like about ClickMagick. You'll be able to get the stats on every single sub ID that you use there and more. So if you click a particular action, what happens is that, so when this is loaded, if you look at that, this is very detailed, uh, you know, stats on what are the traffic that I'm getting in this particular video. So it's very important. Again, I can't stress it hard enough. Very important to have your own tracking links, your own links being tracked so that you can get stats on the most important part of your business, which is your traffic. So, online business is, whether you like it or not, it's all about the numbers or the clicks of your traffic. It's all about turning your cold traffic into buying customers. That's the magic. If you can solve that problem, then money will come as a result. So hopefully, this gives a bit of insight and clarifies things around why you need tracking links and what are the popular methods to use a tracking link. So in this particular example, I showed you what a tracking pixel is and what you can do with it. Yeah, so hopefully you learned something with it. Share with me on the link. What are the, your experience using tracking links, whether it is ClickMagick or ExoClick, or there are some few ones out there which I don't think is, it really depends on you what your preferences are, but just try to get a hold of this, and it will be a world of difference in your marketing and advertising campaigns. Okay, I hope this helps, and again, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.